YouTube. You already know what it is, baby. Back on the ghetto tripod, as you guys always know how it is. Today I'm bringing you guys an undefeated Dracotail branded list. Full disclosure, it's going to be completely cookie cutter, but that's okay because sometimes simplicity is the key to success. So yeah, let's get right into it. First and foremost, we got the three Dracotail Stratos. You're gonna usually normal summon this guy. Usually he's pretty good at getting you like your 5 mana or getting you like some access to some of your names, like your Labubu or your Urgs or even your ban, Dracotail ban, like some of your other names to be able to fuse with. Yeah, really good normal summon. Also we played like the Seals package, so he turns into like the Link one. Then use your Arthurion to be able to go into Seals. So really good starter. Another really good normal summon starter. You got your Dracotail Labubu. This guy locks when you use to fuse. No explanation needed. You got to max out. 3 Dracotail Mami. Dracotail 5 mana. In-engine hand trap, so she counts towards like your in-engine count. Yep, you got to max out. No explanation needed there. And then we do have some one-ups. I've got the Frixel for the branded package, the Dracotail Ban, and the Urgs. I know some people bring these up to more copies. I don't know. They're kind of bricks. They don't really do anything on their own. You can also easily add them. Frixel's summon effect, I don't know. It doesn't really come up, but I guess it's good in grind. And then we got 2 cards for the branded package. You always got to run this because this guy is essentially what you're going to be dumping off of branded fusion with Frixel. Sometimes too, you run the Cartesia because she's good to actually add back from the graveyard, and if you want to use her to fuse, if you already have like all your back row set up, you could use her instead of using Frixel. So you definitely need to run 1-on-1. Then she's also actually a pretty good normal summon because let's say you just open one Dracotail name, you're able to then actually go into your fusion. Awesome. And then for spells, we're maxed out on the Ketu, add and fuse. The Rihu, just fuse, field, hand, or deck. And then of course the 1-card combos, the mandatory 2 of branded fusion. Absolutely busted. You're usually dumping the Frixel with Albaz. But sometimes you can get away with sending your Cartesia with Albaz. The last but not least, for the last pieces of engine, we are playing all 3 Dracotail traps. This is 100% a mid-range deck with hand traps. So yeah, you kind of need to play all 3 somewhere in the list. Now for HTs, I got the Mag. This is why I also run like one of the names for like Urgs and Ban, just because this is technically whatever you need. Because you're gonna see 5 mana Labubu or Lucaeus. So this guy basically adds your Urgs or your Ban. So you actually have 2 copies of each in your deck, arguably ratio wise. 3 Fuva. Really nice. This deck needs to draw to fuse, honestly. Like, if you don't draw, you're just hand looping yourself. So 2 Ash Blossoms, 3 Bead, Ghost Bell, 2 Nibby Nibs. I feel like 3 is too much, especially if you're like in this meta, you go into a regional and you face the mirror and you see with this guy, you're just kind of, you got a dead card in your hand then. Then my last HT, I do actually play Peruli. I want 6 Charmies in this deck. Guys, this deck needs to draw to fuse, trust me. So many games, you just like, you're looking at like 1 hand trap or no hand traps and 5 mana with like maybe just 1 name and then no monsters and she's just dead. So like the deck goes from having, I don't know, 17, 20 hand traps because you're including 5 meta into your non-engine count as well as your engine count, but she's like more often than not offline turn 0. Like I want to actually resolve her turn 0 more than anything. So that's the justification for the 6 Charmy approach. for extra. For links, I've got the Blue Eyes, White Dragon, Link 1, SP, and Seals. No explanation needed. One Gulamel. This card is garbage, so I'm only playing one. And then Arthurion is your only good Dracotail fusion name right now, so you have to max out. Then your honorary Dracotail name is also your Secretarion, really good in the mirror as well, and also really good at in the grind game in terms of resetting some stuff from your grave to your deck, especially something from the graveyard, and be able to like use the effect. Like for example, you can go Lucius special from grave, add, or like Frexel, use the effect, etc., etc. Really good. Wouldn't change a thing in terms of the ratios. And then last but not least, I've got the branded fusion targets. So we got the Sanctifier, the Titaniclad, Lubellion, Albion, and Mirror Jade. You use this guy turn 1 to basically have an interruption to go into this to like fuse your opponent's extra deck monster. This, so you could like, what does this thing send? One monster with 1200 or more attack. You can send your ban off of this, so it's really good for popping a monster. So you go Frexel and ban. Oh, sorry, you go Albaz and ban. Yeah, because ban is 27. And then your Albion is one dark monster. You can send your Lapupu. You send Lapupu off of this and you can negate something. And then your Albion sends one light monster. So what do you send with that? I guess Cartesia, you can send Frexel. Yeah, you kind of want to still play the Albion. Then your Mirror Jade, you're gonna make this off the Sanctifier by reviving Albaz back from the grave and just fusion summoning. We're using Albaz in your opponent's board, so that way you're like super polying their board, plus you're ending on a banishment interruption. Coolio. Now let's go into the side. Last but not least, again, very much cookie cutter, basic list. Basic AF, guys. Retaliating C for the mirror. Or even just for branded, now that the structure is out. Droli Oli Oli. Super Poly. And then Lava Golem with the Fenrir's, and then Anti-Spell Fragrance and TC Boo. I guess I forgot to mention I'm definitely playing one Mud Dragon and one Garura. I guess I just left them somewhere else, but those are definitely part of the extra deck. We're definitely playing 50 in the extra. You're maxed out. Yeah, Retaliating C, Mirror, Droll, Mitsurugi, Super Polys for Yummy. The Golem is there to dump off Titaniclad, and then you go Arthurion, add this back from grave. Then you can now just tribute your opponent's Liger Dancer for Luna Light. Kishtira. Fenrir is to just check Retaliating C in the mirror. And then just seeing one of these is usually pretty good because it means you're able to use the sack technology against your opponent. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the quick deck list. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.